Kelda, it's so nice to meet you. Hi, I'm May.
Hi, Maze. Amazing to meet you as well.
Get ready, it's the new edition. Your favorite morning meditation. Hey, it's May, part in my success. I'm a hot mess. Part in my success. Start us off a little bit of background.
Yes, I go by KeldaMuzik. I'm a music artist, actress, talk show host, entrepreneur, and also fashion designer now. I've launched my own line of berets
Queen.
called Tams.
Oh my God, stop. I love, and it matches your lipstick so perfectly. I'm obsessed. When did the fashion line start? This is the newest part to you.
Yeah. It started in 2022, actually. The idea of creating a beret, it came from the fact that no one in the hip hop community or Black community has branded a beret. And so I wanted to be the first to do it.
That's so exciting. So, what's the line looking like right now?
We're doing berets, but soon we're going to do a glitter lipstick line. And you never know what else the future might bring.
That's amazing. That's so cool. So, when did your actual music begin?
I released my first album in 2005. The first album was called Shut Up Listen. And
Yes.
that was during the time where there were no mainstream female rappers. So it was a challenge for me to try to approach A&Rs, promoters, and PR people. But now that the doors have opened, hey, I'm here.
That's incredible. So, how did you kind of get your start in that? Like, how old were you when you began your journey? Take me through this.
I've been in the entertainment industry since I was a kid. Used to go on auditions and read commercials for Cheerios, Frosted Flakes, and the whole child actor thing. As I got older, I started wanting to do music because I just had a passion for performing and entertaining on stage. And writing was always something that I was good at. So writing poetry led to speaking poetry, which led to being a rap artist. And that's exactly where it came from. And when I recorded my first album in 2005, I was 19 years old, released it through Squad Music Group, and I had a lot of success.
How did you get it released, like through a music group when you were so young? Like, how did you kind of get those connections?
I'm originally from San Jose and I relocated to Oakland, right here in California. And Oakland is just full of talented, creative
Hmm.
musicians. And so it's kind of like you could be anywhere and talk to anyone, like a coffee shop or a restaurant, anywhere. You're going to meet someone in the music industry. And
Hmm.
that's exactly what I did. It was networking through someone that I met somewhere in the city of Oakland, and they referred me to Squad Music Group. And then from there, we just started recording tracks every day. I mean, I was like in the studio for about 5 hours a day, just recording and developing my sound and creating that whole diva brand.
How were you able to do, like, were you in school? Were you taking out of school? Like, how were you having to pay for these recording sessions? Like, what was going on?
Yeah, so it's funny you mentioned that. I was at school. I went to University of San Francisco, which is over the bridge. I was a full-time student there, and I used some of my student loan money to pay to invest in studio time. And I'm like, hey, well, this is part of my educational journey, so why can't I invest some money into this? So I would use it a little bit. The rest was just money that I saved since I was, I don't know, like 15 years old. And also, since I was signed to the label, they also helped invest money in my career as well.
Hmm.
So it all kind of panned out.
So the record label that you had signed to, are you still with them?
No, I think they folded and split ways, and now they're like doing TV film production.
Mm,
So,
got it.
you kind of outgrow how you got started and you keep moving up.
Did you sign like a 360 deal? Like, how did that kind of work out?
No, so that was before the 360 deal was popular, right? Back then it was just, rec contract and let's pump out 3 albums. Then I only signed a contract to do one album, and then we released a couple of mixtapes. But it was great because I got to utilize their resources to other collaborations that led me to doing music with a couple of local well-known artists. I always say that's the benefits of working with any kind of label, whether they're independent, major. You get to utilize their resources to advance your career.
So this was an independent label. And then
Independent label, yeah.
were they just kind of licensing your music basically, or was it that the first album was like owned by them?
The first album was owned by both of us. We both shared the masters, the publishing, and I got distribution through Loud Dust Recordings. And from there, the music was, put on all the media platforms at the time that existed.
Hmm.
So I don't even think Spotify was even out
Yeah.
then. It was more like a production deal that I signed with them to produce my album, and then I went to get the distribution, and I still had some CDs on hand to where I would sell them at my shows or just on the spot anywhere.
When you first started doing shows, was that through the label or was that somebody else or your own doing?
Yeah, no, that was through the label, and that's when I did my very first show. It was at Juneteenth in Berkeley,
Oh
and
my
I
gosh.
remember, yeah, it was crazy. And I had my hype man with me. Shout out to Lingo Star. I had him with me, and it was funny. He just came back from church, so he was like in his like church outfit, and I don't know where I was, but I had my purse on me. So it was a huge crowd because, and we were performing on a flatbed truck, and that was my first performance. And I remember I didn't have anyone to hold my purse, and so we're both on stage. He's like in his church outfit still, and then I'm like performing with my purse in my hand. It was like a big hand,
Gotta
and
have everything on you, always prepared. You know what I mean?
always prepared.
Who
Yeah,
knows
yeah.
what you might need to pull out of that purse? You have props, you got berets, you're ready to go.
Business cards. Uh,
Exactly.
yeah,
Mixtapes, the mixtapes are in the purse. You're ready to
the
go.
mixtapes, the USB before
Yep.
the flash drive.
Everything, it's all in the purse. You should start a line of purses next, and you can have like different, you can have slots in there, mixtape, beret, lipstick.
Boom.
Done. Done. Perfect.
Drop the
Incredible.
mic.
Yeah, literally, CDs are coming back. Everybody's here for it. Like, honestly, like Olivia Rodrigo with her last album also released cassette tapes and like Walkmans and stuff. So we got to start bringing
Whoa.
back like the CD like Walkmans and see like fully, you got to
Yeah.
start bundling those together when you're selling.
Heck,
So think about that, babe.
heck
Um,
yeah.
okay, so back to your music. So you're 19, you're playing your first show, you released your first album, you've released some
Yes.
mixtapes. What happens now?
So after that, I started studying more of the music industry, the business of music, because it was really hard to get signed,
Was your
Like,
last label done at that point?
well, since they were just my production company and then I had a distributor, I had to go look for funding. And the funding was supposed to provide the promotions for the album, right? It was all about having a physical CD. So I what I did was I pressed up about 100 albums and I went down a list of each major label and found out who the A&R was, and I just mailed out 100 packages to different major labels, major independent labels, and of course I didn't hear anything back, but I had to do that for myself. I just packaged everything up. I put a headshot in there. I printed out my bio and mailed a physical album to all the labels. And I remember I called one of the labels back and I said, "Hey, did you get the KeldaMuzik album? Shut Up Listen." And the A&R, he said, "Yeah, KeldaMuzik, Squad Music Group, Shut Up Listen." I said, "Yeah." And he was like, "Yeah, I got it." And I was like, "Okay." And he was like, "I'll call you back." And that was it.
Did he ever call you back?
No, no.
No. Oh my God. That's so annoying. It's so crazy because like nowadays, like you're sending an email, which is even more likely to get ignored than an actual physical package in the mail. Like
Yeah,
99% of the time it's going straight to junk. Like they're not even looking at it. They didn't even note it down. They didn't even
right.
see it.
And it's crazy because now, yes, that's the only way you can reach anyone in the industry is by
Online.
email or by social media, but they don't have to respond. You'll go back to the message and see that they've seen it,
Yep.
but they haven't responded in like two
Yep.
days.
Yep.
So
But what'd you do from there?
yeah, so from there, again, I started learning the business of music, and I started learning and educating myself what music placement was, what syncing placement was, and how to get my music licensed in, film, TV show, games, all that stuff. And oh my God, I linked up with it was Beat, and Beat, they're a licensing company for artists, especially for independent artists like myself. And they got me placement on a film called Please Give, starring Amanda Peet, which was through Sony Entertainment. So I was like, whoa, this is my first placement gig. And I remember going to the IMAX in San Francisco to go watch the film just so I could see my name at the end of the credits. And it was so cool because me and my business partner were
Wait.
sitting in the crowd and like it's a whole huge crowd behind us. And when the credits rolled down, we're the only ones sitting there waiting afterwards, like waiting to capture that.
Stop. That must be just so cool.
Yeah, especially that kind of movie. You know, the
Yeah.
the the song selection, the song they chose. I was like, okay, that chose that song to be in the film. Okay,
Yeah.
you
What song
know,
was it?
it's called Wait Up. It's on the Diva album, which was my second studio album.
How did you get in contact with the sync company or this the licensing company?
I just did a lot of Google searching, and that's what people have to do in any field of work that you're in. You always want to do research, right? You always want to know what industry you're in and how things work. And so with the music, it doesn't just stop with making music or just doing shows, but yes, you can get music placements on different media platforms, and that's another source of income for you. So
Mhm.
that's what I educated myself on. That's what I studied. And from there, I actually got a publishing deal for five of my songs exclusively through a publishing company in New York. And that company has got my music placed on MTV's Real World, Oxygen Channel's Bad Girls Club. And then with a couple of my other songs that I have linked through other publishing companies, I got featured on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
That's so cool.
Yeah, yeah. You just have to really explore what other opportunities are out there besides just performing and creating the music. It doesn't just stop there. Imagine during COVID, right? Where
Yeah.
we couldn't perform, we couldn't go out the house. But hey, if you had some licensing deals in place or if that's something that you wanted to pursue, that was a great source of income at the time.
How many studio albums have you actually put out now?
It's a total of 7 albums.
Wow.
Um, few of them are compilations with all my songs that I've collaborated with other
That's
established
cool.
artists. So what I did was for the Diva Network album, it's been streaming really well on Spotify. I released another album in the summer. What I did was I had my producer remix a couple of my songs into like EDM dance
Oh,
tracks.
that's fun.
And the first music video we did was to Get Loose. And I just featured, a couple of beautiful models that I know. And we did like a workout video. So it totally went with the video, the song, everything was great. We're already at like 41,000 views or something like that on YouTube. So
That's great. That's amazing. Congratulations. Oh my gosh. What would you say is like your top song of your songs?
gosh, I would say Queen for a Night. Reason being is that song all females could relate to it, and it's made for all females. And the song reference to a lot of situations that I've been in, as an artist, where I've just been treated like a queen.
Incredible.
It's
All right, we're
inspired by the Cinderella story. Although she was being mistreated by her two older stepsisters, and the grandma or whatever didn't care, she still got that one moment with her prince
yeah, where
or
she
the
gets to be a
glass
queen for the
slipper.
night.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. That's beautiful. What has kind of been your like music video process through all of this? Like, do you pick one from an album or like what happens there?
Yeah, so the music industry has changed a lot. Yes, because of digital age. So now, like as artists, you treat a song like it's an album, right? And that's what a lot of artists are doing today. We're just releasing singles. We're not releasing albums anymore, and then choosing which single to release. And and do a video for. A single is an album now. So every song that I drop, I do a music video for, and it's been
Wow.
like that since like 2013, 14.
How many music
And
videos is that?
oh gosh, I don't know, geez, I've done like 15 music videos or so.
Okay.
Not as much as I should because I was always focused on other aspects of the industry, such as music placement
Yeah,
and
exactly.
says. But obviously, a video definitely complements the song. So
Hmm. Absolutely. But how have you kind of gone about making that music video? What's that process like been for you? Are you the like mastermind behind it all, or do you hire somebody for that?
I normally hire people, I give them a listen to the song and I get their take on it. Like, what do you see or imagine when listening to this song? For example, I did a song called Magic a couple years ago, and I did a music video for it. And the production team said, we could see you in bright lights and stars and just something magical surrounding you. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like just like when, you hear a beat and the beat drives you to write a certain way to the song, to write a certain concept for the song. Same thing with the music videos. You know, once you listen to the song in full, it's fully, mixed and mastered. That's when you start to put together ideas. But it's crazy now because a lot of songs that you listen to don't actually match the videos
Yeah.
sometimes. Just like, huh? So really you could kind of do whatever you want with videos. There's no structure to it anymore. You just kind of say, hey, I saw this scene off of film and I want to sample some of that in my music video. I want to reenact that in music.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's just whatever you feel.
How many people are you generally on your team for something like that? Like, how much is that costing you if you're doing a music video for every song?
Yeah, so it varies. Music videos could be as low as like $500 to $15,000. And I'm just speaking from an independent artist point of view. Um, I've paid thousands of dollars for a music video before, and I paid as low as, you know, 1,500 for a music video. But yeah, regardless, it's always going to be a big production. You need people, you need makeup, you need hair, you need catering, you need the gaffer, the key grit, the director, the cinematographer. You know what I mean? And then okay, you need extras, you need your featured actor in the video, and then location stuff. It is quite a process when planning that part. And so that's why if you're a new artist and if you're on a budget, try to make it as simple as possible and you can just make sure the quality is good.
What would be some of your advice maybe to other young artists that are just starting out?
My advice is to learn the business of music, learn the industry. It's unfortunate, but business comes first now before the music, right? The hustle, the grind, the plan. What's your method to engage with your followers, your audience? You know what I mean? It's about planning all of that
Absolutely.
first, and then it's like, okay, cool. I am gonna create this song. I'm gonna release it, make this video for it, blah blah blah. But now you have to be your own label has to function like your label. You have to have PR on one side, promotions on this side, marketing here, booking there, branding here. You know what I mean? It's like you really have to sort it all out by yourself and wear many.
Oh my God, wait, you could make a line of berets that it's you wear a different hat for each job that you have to have. And so it's like, this is your singer hat, your editor hat. I would buy them. I need to actually differentiate the hats that I'm wearing because sometimes I start wearing too many hats at the same time and I don't have enough heads.
Might
It's
as well
very
just stack
complicated.
them on top of each other.
Just get
Just
5 berets and it'll be perfect. What was your time touring? What was that like?
oh my gosh, when I first went to Tokyo, I toured with R&B singer Lloyd, who was signed to Murder Inc. And we toured all over Tokyo. It was about 3 to 4 days out there. We performed at a beach. We did a meet and greet at a couple of stations, and all of that led up to the final concert, which took place on a Saturday night at the Zeppelin Theater in Tokyo. Huge theater, amazing audience. Tokyo is like the number one place I would go back to out of all places overseas. They don't care who you are, they're just appreciative that you're an artist, you have the guts to stand on stage by yourself in front of hundreds of people, and you have great music and you love to entertain. So Tokyo was like the best tour.
That's so cool.
I also toured in the Caribbean. I opened up for this reggae singer named Jock Cure. He's really popular in the reggae scene, especially internationally. But I opened up for him at the police stadium in Antigua, which is their only stadium that's about 7,500 people or so. That right there was an amazing tour. And then when I went to St. Martin, the promoter, like that was true queen for a tour right there. I'm talking about I arrive at the airport. He has my poster that he created waiting for me to come out of the airport.
Stop.
And as he was driving my crew and I to the hotel, all you saw was KeldaMuzik posters on the walls and cafes and bars and restaurants and everything. And even they had me featured in the newspaper. So like I go to check into my hotel after I check in. I'm like, is that me? It was amazing. I loved it.
Oh, I love that. And I'm sure one day there's going to be so much more KeldaMuzik in the newspapers, and I can't wait for it. And all of your berets that are obviously going to be sold out now that everybody is going to go buy them. Please go buy a beret. Is there anything right now that you would like to advertise, like anything coming out or social medias or anything I will have up here? But
Yeah. Visit my website to know all about me, KeldaMuzik.com. And if you want to purchase a beret exclusively on Amazon, you could actually go through my website, weartams.com. There's 10 different colors. I have a new single coming out called Fall Apart, and it's like an Afro tech dance EDM track, and I'm actually doing spoken word over that. So it's the kind of song that really just dives into your soul. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so much more to come after that. Instagram, KeldaMuzik, Twitter, KeldaMuzik, Facebook, KeldaMuzik, YouTube.
They're all here. They're all here. They're going to be in the description. They're all going to be down there. Everyone throw her a like, throw me a like, follow us, please. We need it. We're young, independent artists. We're up and coming. And I am so honored to have had you on here. You are amazing, Kelda. Thank you so much. You're the bomb and a diva. And I love you. And I hope you have the best night. Talk soon.
Bye.
Are you PMSing?